So a radical solution like this seems to at least imply a radical problem. You have this book called The War on Normal People. What is the problem that this country and other developed and developing economies are going to face in the near future that you think necessitates a policy like UBI?
So I want everyone here to reflect, why is Donald Trump our president today? And the reason why Donald Trump is our president today is this. We automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Missouri, Iowa, all of the swing states that he needed to win. And now we're about to do the same thing to millions of retail jobs, call center jobs, truck driving jobs, fast food jobs, which are unfortunately the 4 most common jobs in the economy. I have many friends in Silicon Valley who are working on this, who know full well that this trend is about to accelerate. So if we don't wake up and start implementing meaningful solutions to the fact that we are going through the greatest economic and technological transition in the history of the world, then we are doomed to much, much worse than Donald Trump.
A criticism of this piece, a criticism of this argument says, all right, maybe we're entering the most radical transformation of the US economy in the history of the country, but also maybe we're not. Like, look at the unemployment rate. It's under 4%. In a period of technological unemployment, with robots taking all of our jobs, one thing you should absolutely see is rising productivity. Instead, we see flatlining productivity. Another thing that you should see theoretically is that wage growth should be completely stagnant, particularly at the bottom. And in fact, the Bureau of Labor Statistics just said today that wage growth is accelerating not only for the entire country, but in the last few years, going back to the end of the Obama administration, wage growth was rising the fastest at the bottom. So what's going on? If the robots are really coming, why can't we see it in the numbers yet?
So if you look at the headline unemployment rate, it measures the people in the workforce who are looking for work. What it does not measure is the fact that right now our labor force participation rate is 62.9%, a multi-decade low and the same levels as El Salvador and the Dominican Republic. And that is right now in year 10 of an expansion. You can look that stat up. Almost 1 in 5 prime working age men in America between the ages of 21 and 30, it has not worked in the last 12 months. So there is a massive displacement, particularly of unskilled men, that the rosy unemployment stat, which is essentially government misinformation and malpractice at this point, does not bring to light. And the productivity stats, I mean, they're not going to show anything. They're going to show a big 0 for self-driving cars and trucks until the self-driving cars and trucks hit the road. And my friends in Silicon Valley believe we are 5 to 10 years away from automating away truck drivers. Trucking is the most common job in 29 states. Now think about this. There are 3.5 million truck drivers in the United States, average age 49, 94% male, average education high school. They make about $46,000 a year. On the other side, you have my friends in Silicon Valley who are gunning for the $168 billion per year in labor savings, fuel efficiency, equipment utilization, fewer accidents, and they think that they are 5 to 10 years away. So what's going to happen when those 3.5 million truckers start losing their jobs? And as you suggest, Derek, the stats will show none of this until it happens, but we're not ostriches. You know, we don't have to have our heads in the sand and just be like, oh, it's never going to happen. I mean, we can all see it happening if we just wake up and open our eyes.